do you make of this U-turn by the government?
Well, I mean, it's incredibly unfortunate they had to do it in the first place. I think conversation with industry and industry leaders with an understanding of where they should have been in the first place. I think for the budget, the hospitality sector was looking for help in the first place, some form of structured support. But when those business rates came in and came through, it was a bit of a crushing blow. I think the continued loud voices coming from the hospitality sector, we're in a pub, coming from the pub sector, driving it forward and trying to get into government to be recognised through, whether it's through business or whether it's through the Treasury, to explain what was going on. Whilst we welcome the conversation and the fact that the government have paid some form of attention and listened and has done a U-turn for pubs, there is still a business rates increase. We were looking for something that helps the industry. There's still an increase, although nowhere near as big as it was going to be. But the hospitality sector is a bigger picture, is the one that's suffering. And we talk about this pub is relatively busy this evening, but it is people that are eating and drinking. It operates very similar to a restaurant. Restaurants have the same cost issues that are coming in, from rising national insurance, from minimum wage, from utility bills, from food inflation. All of those sort of things affect the hospitality industry across the board. So it's not just pubs. So there will be calls across the industry for much, much more support coming from government.
And let's be honest, ultimately, people who run pubs like you, restaurants, they're going to pass it on to the consumers. And look, I'm not going to patronise people by saying what it's like. We've all been out probably recently, bought a pint, had fish and chips at the pub or whatever it happens to be, and notice it's a lot more expensive than it used to be. Have you had to put prices up?
We are in a position where prices can't really go any further. We have a space, although maybe the public's quite busy behind me, there is a hole downstairs where nobody is sat in. We are at a point where those ongoing costs and those ongoing prices, that you cannot keep putting them onto the consumer. The consumer is being hit in their pocket as well. So there is a point where pubs and restaurants are having to absorb that. And it's what that lends to then is a kind of a de-skilling process. You end up, what can you buy in? Where can you go? What can you do? What are the cheaper products? How do you still operate? Where can you find tiny little margins? And the sad thing about that is it becomes kind of a race to the bottom. Everybody's trying to survive in a really, really competitive market where you're trying to find guests and people to come through the door who also haven't got that disposable income. So sadly, it is a huge industry that's under massive, massive pressure. And we are at the point of saturation where we don't think that those costs can go on to the guests anymore.
You're paying more in national insurance contributions as an employer. You're paying more in the minimum wage as well. That's gone up. You may agree with that as an individual and previously a Labour supporter, but that's going to make things difficult for you as a business owner as well, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. Listen, I mean, fundamentally, I'm a Labour supporter and have been my whole life. I come from a working-class single-parent background, and I believe that the fundamentals of what the Labour Party should be standing for is, the opportunity for everybody, no matter background where they come from, for education system, for a care system, for the ability to earn good money to be able to afford to buy a house. However, there does need to be a little bit a look at from front bench ministers into how businesses operate, because businesses need to operate to support a workforce. Every great business, every great entrepreneur, every great business that is successful is built on a workforce of people that enjoy the workspace that they are, the environment that they go to, the money that they can earn, their life that they can move forward. Workers, those businesses need to be able to support that business, support the staff that are there working with them to create that environment moving forward. So whilst, of course, I show the fundamentals of the Labour Party, what it stands for, I'm with. However, the understanding of business is something that they really do need to start listening a little bit more to industry, particularly hospitality, for this sector's point of view.